Okay. Cruising back to the phones here. Debbie in Alexandria, Virginia. It's great to have you. I really appreciate your patience. And hi.
Hi, Rush. Dittos from the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Thank you.
And I just want you to know I graduated from the Institute of Conservative Studies long before Patrick, who was in your first hour. And Snerdley was so funny because he said he's never taken a call from a John Kasich supporter yet, so I feel duly special.
You are a John Kasich supporter.
Yeah, and I just wanted to tell you, in our offices in Alexandria, Virginia, I've done thousands of phone calls. We've put out thousands of yard signs, and I would say 60% of the calls we take say John Kasich is the most qualified candidate, but can he beat Clinton? And if you think I'm kidding, I'm not.
Now, wait. Hold it. Damn it. Debbie, I can't understand what you're saying because it sounds like the wind is blowing through your phone.
Okay.
Are you saying that you're
callers and 50? I'm sorry.
Are you taking calls or answering calls or making calls?
We make calls to people.
And when you call them,
what they say on.
When you call them, are you supporting
the candidate? But can he beat Clinton?
Okay, but wait,
they're not big Trump supporters.
No, Debbie, wait. When are you calling people to push Kasich, or are you calling just to ask them generically who they're for?
What we asked them is, are you going to vote on Super Tuesday in the primary, and if so, have you decided who you're going to vote for?
But are you working a Kasich phone bank?
Yes.
Okay, I need to know.
At his headquarters in Alexandria, Virginia.
Right, understand that. So you're pushing Kasich, and you're getting a lot of support for him, and because people think he can beat Hillary.
No, what they say is 50% of them say, can John beat Clinton? That's why we're voting for Trump. We think only Trump can bury Hillary Clinton.
Oh, so you've got a lot of Kasich supporters.
We've got some Kasich supporters, but the ones that really love him and think he's the most qualified aren't supporting him because they don't think he can beat Clinton.
Yeah, so it's the old electability question. You know, this, Debbie, thanks. This is so... Stop and think of that. It's a Kasich phone bank. They're calling, encouraging people to vote Kasich. They find Kasich supporters, but they don't think he can beat anybody. They think he's the best, but so they're siding with Trump because they think Trump's the only one that can beat Hillary. Now, if you go to the polling data that the establishment puts out, Hillary creams Trump. That's what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that Hillary creams everybody except Rubio. But you know, this electoral season is it's so unlike anything that I can recall. I mean, this is way, way beyond Perot. And again, the big difference is that Trump wants to win this. Perot never did. He had an entirely different agenda. And I'm not criticizing Perot with this. I'm just telling you what he had. He didn't want to win it. He didn't want to be president. Not that he wouldn't have been a good one, but all of this conventional wisdom is based on so many flawed foundations. Like an outsider can't win anything, and like they say, Trump has no prayer. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever the Republican nominee is beats Hillary Clinton in a landslide. I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if that happens. Now, the circumstances today are not going to be what they are in November. But, folks, there's no excitement on the Democrat side. Their turnout is even, you've got the forehead and Donna Brazile openly admitting they're losing sleep over this on CNN. You've got other Democrat operatives and strategists. Now, I know you think, Rush, they're just saying that. They're just setting you up. They're setting us all up. They're trying to make us relax so that we think we got a landslide awaiting us. They do it every election. I understand all that. But I can look at the turnout numbers. Nobody's showing up to vote in these turnouts, in these Democrat primaries. And nobody's showing up. The total numbers, even all this so-called energy for Bernie. It's not there in the raw numbers. The Democrat turnout in South Carolina was barely half what it was in 2008. And we've got a potential historic first here, first female president, just like Obama, the first African-American president. But back in 2008, there was a Republican villain by the name of George W. Bush and a subsidiary villain called Iraq. And then a third subsidiary villain called the financial crisis, the bailouts. This year, they're all in power. The Democrats are in power, and it's worse than it was in 2008. And they still blame Bush for it, by the way. Then you have this story here in Massachusetts in the Boston Herald. Nearly 20,000 Massachusetts Democrats have fled the party this winter, doing so to join the Republican Party. This according to Boston's or Massachusetts' top elections official. The Secretary of State, William Galvin, said that more than 16,300 Democrats have fled the Democrat Party and become independents. 3,500 more became Republicans so they can vote in the Super Tuesday presidential primary today. And there's no Operation Chaos going on, per se. I mean, there's no reason. Why would these people leave the Democrats and move over in Massachusetts to want to vote Republican? What do you think's driving that? You think there's a massive Operation Chaos going on that they haven't announced? You think this is a trick? This is not organized. These people were blindsided by this. The Democrats in Massachusetts are blindsided that this happened. Absolutely. So I'd throw out every bit of conventional wisdom that there is and make up your own mind on this. Because I'm telling you, we're in new territory. Nobody knows what's going to happen here. We still don't have any idea. It's impossible. It's the future, obviously. Look, I have to take a quick time out, folks. Hang on. We've got more right when we get back.